Bam, bam. What's up, guys? Not Super Mario here, and Matitz, of course. We are back. It's Friday. Falcon and the Winter Soldier review is upon us. I know you really like this word.
Yeah.
But yeah, hello, hi, everybody. If there's anybody in the chat, let us know. Say hi, say anything. It would be really nice. But yeah, we are here once again to talk about the latest episode of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. But first of all, how are you, Matitz?
Yeah.
Oh, great. I mean, that's the interaction we want, yeah. And
Yeah.
okay, great.
I'm good. I'm fine.
Well, that's nice to hear. But yeah, is there anything else before we can start with this episode spoiler review?
I like cashew nuts.
Nice, interesting. Now let's go to your overall thoughts on this episode. What did you think?
I thought it was an okay episode. I liked the action. I liked Anthony Mackie and Sebastian Stan in this show, and the characters. I'm just a big Marvel fan. And now, prepare the dislike button. It was kind of disappointing episode to me overall as a whole. It wasn't really the biggest fan of like the editing and everything. It's just there were scenes in here that I didn't really care for. Didn't really like how they changed the Zemos character from Civil War. It felt like a completely different person. And yeah, but we'll get more into that. So those are just my overall thoughts for now.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Work with that now.
I honestly don't know how I feel about this episode. I have to rewatch it. We already talked about it a little bit. It was a weird episode, and I blame it on pacing, I will say. Yes, of course, there were some great things in it, and if I look at the episode as a whole, I did enjoy it. It was a good episode. But something feels off so far with this show, and I don't know, probably we are in minority with that thing, with this opinion, but I think the biggest problem so far with this show is the pacing. I think that the first two episodes had similar pacing, and now we picked up pace, like if we went from 20% pace, now we are into 120 all of a sudden, and it kind of didn't work with the previous two episodes. I think they should have gone with more gradually with picking up the pace. And yes, we do understand there's 3 more episodes. Maybe it's gonna make more sense when we get like the whole picture. But so far, I'm like, yeah, this show is just okay. If I can say something like that,
I would say the same. Yeah, I would say it's okay for now. My thoughts can change completely once the entire season is out. But yeah, I would absolutely agree. The pacing, the storytelling here feels off. I would say that maybe so far episode 2 was my favorite out of those 3. I would probably say that this one was my least favorite because I don't know, it just feels messy how they are constructing scenes. The previous episode actually did a good job with John Walker's character. The guy was it. This episode, it seemed like, at least to me, that they didn't know what to do with his character. And, maybe there wasn't really any place for him in this episode's story, but, he had like 2 scenes, and it was kind of like, yeah, it's there. And I really don't care for the Flag Smashers, the Carly character. I don't know, it just... it doesn't, I don't know if it's her performance or how the scenes are written for those Flag Smashers. I just something, whenever they cut to them and their plot, I was kind of like, I don't know if I care about this, but it may all come together and I will start caring much more.
Yeah, completely agree with your assessment of this episode. I think that if WandaVision, and yes, we know WandaVision is over 9 episodes, we got the full picture, but I feel like WandaVision was really just about Wanda and Vision and their story and what they're going through. Here we have a lot, like really
Yeah,
a lot of things. We have
I don't. Yeah, and there's no focus, I would say.
yeah, there's like we've got the Falcon picking up the mantle, but actually not picking up the mantle, giving it away, and problems with his family, his sister, and what happened there. Then we've got the Winter Soldier, who is dealing with his own issues, like now dealing with grief and trying to like make amends with what with the things that he did in the past. Then we got introduced to the new Cap, and that's a big figure and hasn't been really explored in 3 episodes. We just know, at least in my opinion, that he's a dickhead, and I think the only like scene that he has kind of proves that he is. I mean, whoever says, "Do you know who I am?" I consider a dickhead.
Yeah, we were talking about that many times. Yeah.
And then we've got, like in the previous episode, we got introduced to the Black Captain America, Isaiah Bradley, which is once again a big figure in comic books. Then we've got Flag Smashers, you've got Baron Zemo, now you've got Madge Report, this town. Power Broker is a person that we don't know who he is, the identity. Yeah. Then Agent Carter was in this one, Sharon Carter, Agent 13. So much things, but not actually like not resolved in any way. And we've got like 3 more episodes. I feel like this episode, that it would make sense and it would flow better, should have been like 90 minutes. Or just take away, I don't know, I know that the new Cap is a dick. Then don't give me the scene with him. Just don't have him in the episode, and it would flow much better, in my opinion. Yeah. And also Flag Smashers are in it. So many things that are kind of all over the place. Like literally, we've been in Latvia, Lithuania, Switzerland, Germany, Berlin, Munich, Sokovia. I mean, I don't know where. Madripoor, everywhere, and it's kind of hard, not hard to follow, but hard to make sense with everything that's going on, at least in my opinion. So I think that, I don't know, maybe the next 3 episodes have to be longer or maybe better constructed, or they need to find the focus. And I want the focus to be on Falcon and Winter Soldier, because it is a show about them. But I feel like this was supposed to be the first show to come out, and I feel like that this show is trying to open the world a bit too much, in my opinion. I mean, a lot of characters that probably are not gonna die, but still have a lot of influence on MCU in general, especially the grounded part, not the magic and space things, but the things that are happening on Earth. And I think they're dealing with too much. And especially if you look at the last scene, we just added Wakanda. So another player that it was awesome to see. I was like really surprised. I didn't expect in any way like Wakanda being in this. So yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. But yeah, let's talk about Wakanda, if I mentioned it. What did you think about this last scene of this episode?
I loved it. I really liked it. I'm very disappointed in myself that I didn't recognize the little ball thingy, because it appears in a Black Panther movie, right? Yeah.
And also in Infinity War.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I don't remember.
So I don't know if it's in Civil War the first time. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, but yeah. So it's the woman from Dora Milaje from Civil War,
I think.
Yeah, I don't know, but she was in Civil War. Yeah, so her character comes, and I loved it. I really just, I'm excited for what they're going to do with that story point in the next episodes.
So she is here probably because of Baron Zemo. I mean, she says that she's here for Baron Zemo.
So yeah, that's pretty much explanatory. Yeah, in that line.
Why is she here? But yet again, just a new added plot point that hopefully it's not gonna make this convoluted in a way. Not that it's not understandable. We are not saying that. It's just too many things in one pot, I would
Yeah,
say.
definitely. Yeah. The
But
stew is overpacked.
yeah, something like that. Yeah. Uh, but let's talk about the episode a little bit. So at the beginning, we get the scene with Angry Cap, I call him. Says, "Do you know who I am?" He's there. He gets to Berlin.
Yeah, to the place where the flag smashers were in the
Yeah.
previous episode. Yeah.
And I especially like that scene when he says, like, "Do you know who I am?" And the guy is like, "I know, but I don't care."
Yeah.
I loved it. And we are just approaching like the bad version of Cap. He's gonna become the U.S. agent that he is in the comics. He's gonna be a dickhead. I don't know if he's gonna be the main bad guy. This is one of the things of this show as well. We have so many bad guys, but not actually knowing who is the bad guy, really. So hopefully we're gonna see some things resolved in that area as well. But yeah, honestly, I think if we wouldn't have this scene in this episode, I think it would flow better. I know it's just like a 2-minute scene, but you're kind of like, okay, Dickhead is back. Move on.
Yeah, and he kind of says, "Yeah, I think that we should just leave this investigation to Falcon and Winter Soldier because they know much more what they're doing than us."
Yeah.
So that scene is just there to, I don't know, say that.
Yeah, and to have like this Captain America here. Probably. I don't know. Also, another character is back in full form. Baron Zemo gets out of the prison with the help of Bucky.
Yeah, the most abrupt prison break ever. Yeah. I would want an entire episode just of that. Yeah. They could make such an exciting episode.
I mean,
from that, but it is just so fast. I didn't care for it.
I mean, yeah, they decided the way they did it that is the best way. I think that if I would write this episode, like you said, make it a whole prison break, make Falcon and Winter Soldier like fight in a way that Falcon doesn't agree with what Bucky is doing, and I think the dynamic would get a bit better, because now it's kind of like, yes, we don't agree with each other, but we are kind of jokey all the time. So I would like the scene that we had in the previous episode with the shrink was the best scene so far, and I would like to see more of that. But yeah, like you said, very abrupt scene, and now they're working together, Baron Zemo, Falcon, and Winter Soldier, and they go to Madripoor, an imaginary city in the comics, MCU comics, Marvel comics.
Yeah, and I just want to say how they changed Zemo. I don't like it. He's apparently some rich baron, or I mean, I don't know. It felt so Fast and Furious like to me. You know, I'm a fan of those movies. Those movies are super fun.
Yeah.
But you know, like all of a sudden, working with the enemy, and it just felt so, I don't know, weird, and like completely changing Zemo's character into this, like, I don't know, goofy, jokey guy. You know how many jokes they did with him.
Yeah.
And I don't know, you mean to tell me that this rich guy who has like his own plane and everything, these connections and everything, his family lived in Sokovia, in that like very poor country. It's I don't buy it. It's weird.
Yeah, I think that I probably know what happened with Zemo. You know what? People didn't like the character of Zemo.
Yeah.
And that's why Marvel decided to change him, because everybody was like, why was he even necessary? He was useless. I mean, I don't understand the fans how... I mean, without him, we don't have Infinity War.
Yeah, and we blamed him for Thanos snapping.
Yeah, I mean... he is the reason that Infinity War happens, and it's the reason why Avengers lose. So when you're blaming Star-Lord, you're making a mistake. Blame Baron Zemo. And they completely changed him. And like you said, it doesn't make any sense. Why would somebody who's so rich and has so many connections, been to Madripoor, everybody knows him, would live in Sokovia?
Yeah.
And if you're so rich, why did you...
Just send a plane or helicopter there to pick up your family.
And also, why didn't you help everybody in Sokovia? I mean,
That's right.
Sokovia was a very poor place. Everybody was struggling. They were like this working class people who were struggling all the time. I mean, we saw Sokovia in Avengers: Age of Ultron. That wasn't a pretty place and filled with joy and money. So what the heck is a freaking this type of guy doing there? So, and I think that I'm right here. That they changed the character because people didn't like him.
Yeah, and I loved him in Civil War. I
Yeah,
thought he was
me
great.
too.
He's one of my favorite Marvel villains.
Yeah, because it's so subtle and in a different way. It doesn't have a suit, or it's just a person who lost everybody and it's trying to like kill them in a way, but in a smart way.
Yeah, and I loved him in Civil War so much. You know, he was a calm character.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't write any jokes for him or anything, and like that's I kind of hated how they, you know, there's this. It's already a meme. It's already a gif of him dancing.
Yeah.
I hate it. I'm sorry. I really don't like that how they made him here, like jokey. You know, the pointing meme that they do once again here.
Yeah.
And it's just like, and on the plane with the butler and everything.
I mean, it's hard to buy into a character that has completely been changed.
Yeah.
And I mean, the best scene with Zemo in this episode was when he is reading Winter Soldier's book,
Oh yeah.
and he's like, "Don't do that again." And you get the feeling of Baron Zemo from Civil War, but then he becomes all bubbly and jokey, and I would rather see like that Winter Soldier like pressured him to be here, that he has to be here, that we need him so much that there's no other way. But it kind of feels like, why the heck not? I got out of prison, so woohoo.
Yeah, and also the line that is in here that was in the trailers when he says like, "I have no intention of leaving my work undone," and you know, in the trailer, I thought what that meant was like, okay, I'm gonna break up the Avengers forever
Again.
now.
Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna do that. But it was just meant as, you know, I'm gonna destroy the super soldier serum, and he was talking to them, and it doesn't come off intimidating at all anymore, and it's disappointing.
I mean, I will say this. I still think he's playing in a way this jokey part, because when we get a scene with the scientist, Dr. Wilfred Nagel, before he says something at the end, he kills him. Why? I think there is some other agenda he has, or more knowledge on what is going on and the whole super soldier serum. So I think we are gonna get the Zemo. I really do hope, a Zemo that we had in Civil War.
Yeah,
Because I don't want to see this jokey character that was so menacing in a so interesting way, like calm and subtle, and I'm just here to tear you apart. You killed my family, and now I'm a rich guy who knows everybody. I don't.
Yeah,
like
and he was also bantering with them on the plane about the music and everything. I don't know. Just talking about it more and more, it just makes me dislike this thing.
I liked at the beginning when Winter Soldier is like, he doesn't like you. Like he says that to Falcon. I was like, oh yeah, of course he doesn't like Avengers. He doesn't like superpowered people or people who worked with Avengers. That's why he's going in there. And I felt, okay, we are getting to Baron Zemo. He's gonna be back menacing and all of those things. But then it's so abrupt. Everything goes, and it didn't work for me. Maybe it's gonna work better when I rewatch this episode, and maybe when we get the full picture. But honestly, if this is the direction for Baron Zemo, I don't like it. I honestly don't.
Nope.
But I mean, one thing is for sure, we got the mask, the famous mask from the comics, so that's awesome to see. I hope that we get in some way some kind of an origin story, what that mask means and what's like why he has that mask. I hope we get that.
Yeah, because for now, like you were saying, it just feels like the mask is there because people were complaining about it in Civil War.
Yeah.
Why wasn't he Zemo from the comics?
Hmm.
Yeah, and it feels just like, okay, we need to put that in here, and it doesn't.
I
For
want
now, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I want this mask to be earned. Like the new
Yeah,
costume for Wanda, now that she is Scarlet Witch, it was earned and it was an awesome moment. It was powerful, empowering, badass. I want the same thing for Zemo. Even though he's a bad guy, I want to see bad characters be badass as well. And I want more deep exploration and some things that is gonna show like he earned it, and it's not just for the fans. I get it. It is for the fans, but make it work in a way that it doesn't feel like, you know what, we're gonna put the mask in so that the fans are happy. So let's hope it's not that. But yeah, Baron Zemo and Falcon Winter Soldier go to Madripoor, this imaginary city from the comics, which is kind of like a bad guy island, pretty much.
it seems like that. Yeah,
And we hear yet again. I think we hear for the first time. It's been on the walls and all the Power Broker. The name Power Broker has been dropped, and we don't know the identity of Power Broker. My theory is I wouldn't be surprised if it's Baron Zemo.
yeah, but wouldn't that be too obvious?
I mean, if we start thinking too much about it, we're gonna be like, it goes the same with the boner joke. We were like, oh, blah, 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 blah. And then at the end, he was nothing.
What were we like?
Blah, 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 yeah. All of those things. So I wouldn't be surprised if it is Baron Zemo, and also Al Pacino. I want him to be Al Pacino.
If he's not Mephisto, he's Power Broker.
Yeah, something like that. But I do hope it's not another character that is just gonna be name dropped a lot, and we're gonna see a lot of Easter eggs for him or her. We don't know, and not see it at the end. I want to see and know who Power Broker is and why everybody knows him and why like the reputation is so big and what the heck. So give me Power Broker. Just because I get it, it's an Easter egg, but please, I want things that are mentioned multiple times to be in some way revealed. I don't want another what engineer thingy. I don't want that. Even though it worked for WandaVision, I don't want it. What do you think? Who do you think is Power Broker?
I don't know, and I don't really want to theorize. It is who it is. People are also saying that it might be Sharon, but I'm kind of like, why would that would also change her character quite a bit.
I mean, they did change her character quite a bit, if you ask me.
That's also true. Yeah.
We just mentioned Sharon Carter. She is in it in this episode. They said they're gonna make her a badass. She is a badass. I think she has the best scenes in this episode, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, action wise, definitely.
Action wise, for sure. I mean, she kicks some ass multiple times. She kind of saves them all the time in this episode. But again, like they changed Baron Zemo, in our opinion, not in the best way. I think that Sharon Carter works better here, but it's completely changed yet again. I don't know why.
But she wasn't really all that much of a character in the previous
one. True that.
She wasn't all that developed, I would say. So it really, like, I liked what they did with her here. They just made her more badass and more, I would say more doubtful in her own government or something. That's what I felt.
I mean, so far in the movies, she was like a plot device. Oh, I can help you. Let's go here. I am here. Let's go there.
Yeah, I have a shield for you.
Yeah, I have a shield for you. Oh, I know where the shield is. I can help you with that. So she's kind of a plot device. So I'm glad to see that they are giving her more. And hopefully we are going to get more. But in a way, she is a completely different character. I mean, she is now a part of this Madripoor island community of bad guys. She kind of deals with things like antiquities and art, and she knows a lot about the things that are happening in Madripoor, but also she doesn't allow herself to be kind of mistreated. She was mistreated by everybody. She didn't have Avengers to back her up, even though, I mean, you kind of pardoned everybody. Why the heck you didn't pardon her? I don't understand that.
Yeah, I don't know. I was kind of joking in my reaction. She should have fought in the endgame battle, and that she would be saved then.
I mean, yes, she did break the law in Civil War, helping Falcon.
But so did Captain America.
True that, but maybe when you work for CIA and you betray them, well, bye-bye. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
And also, we don't know how good government is right now. I mean, they just made another Captain America, like without anybody knowing that it's that's gonna happen. So you don't really know how the government is actually like. Yeah, we're gonna pardon Winter Soldier and Falcon because everybody knows them, but Agent 13, nobody knows about her. So why would we even bother? But I like her in this episode, and hopefully we get more. I liked her. I really did. I think she was the best part of this episode for sure. What is there? Doctor. We talked about Dr. Wilfred Nagel. You didn't particularly like that scene.
Oh, Dr. Nagel is the worst actor in this episode. Oh my god, that performance was awful. I mean, I like it. Yeah, well, the character did what they needed him to do. You know, I'm creating these serums.
Quirky scientist. I mean, pretty basic character.
Yeah, they got the blood from Isaiah, right? They say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Carly stole the samples.
Yeah, pretty much. We now know where Carly got the super soldier serum. Now the question is, because this scientist worked first in like in the 80s, I don't know, they didn't, if they worked on Isaiah Bradley, I mean, he had to be there in the 80s and 90s, I think.
Yeah, but I think no, doesn't he say something like that they brought him on the project?
Oh yeah, true.
I think it's and then he disappeared for 5 years, and
first he was working for CIA,
and then he started working for Power Broker. Is that?
Yeah, Power Broker.
Yeah.
Power Broker.
Yeah, okay.
And then Flag Smasher stole the serum. So yeah, that was a pretty basic scene, basic quirky scientist that, yes, like Matit says, I wasn't really like, it didn't do much for me, and I'm not saying.
I mean, the scene was fine. Just his performance.
Yeah,
was
sure.
Yeah, he was so over the top. I could not believe it. It was unbelievable.
Yeah, like quirky scientists, like you have them in pretty much every single thing nowadays.
Yeah.
But yeah, we now know that, which wasn't really surprising at all. And then we have to talk about Flag Smashers. I don't care about them. I honestly don't.
Yeah, it's so. Every time they cut to them, oh yeah, Carly wanted to be a teacher. What else is new?
And also, we get a scene with her mom.
I don't know. Yeah,
it's never explained.
They say like name Madani, which kind of threw me off because there's Madani in the Punisher show, and I'm like, what is disconnected, or I don't know. But then it's like, that person just died, and they found her in the middle of the sea, or what? What did they say? I don't know.
I mean, Dr. Nagel says that Carly came by and like help me with this person because she has some disease. Yeah. And we see her by her bed and crying. So, but it's never explained or said who she is. Mother, sister, aunt, I don't know, granddad, I don't know.
And it's really tough for us to care. You know, you have that scene where he is like, she wants to see you, or I don't know, she's dying, and you just have her crying beside her, and it's kind of like, yeah, but who is that? Explain. Character of Carly, really, and just all of the Flag Smashers.
I mean, so far, we don't really know what's their like agenda at all. Yes, help people who are in like
they're kind
living in bad environments, or
Yeah, I don't know. They're stealing supplies and give them to people in need, something like
Yeah,
that.
but we still don't know who that text was from. Like, I'm gonna kill you if you don't give
Yeah,
it back.
I mean, I would assume that's from the power broker, right? Now, I think that's pretty much confirmed now because she stole all of the samples.
Oh yeah, yeah, sure, yeah, that's true, that's true. So we need to know, we need to find out the identity of Power Broker. If
Yeah,
that was Power Broker, we need to find out in the next episodes. But yeah, Flag Smashers. The only thing that we now kind of know that she is kind of a cold-blooded person. She pretty much put the explosives there, and yeah, they took the supplies, but everybody died in there.
yeah,
Not everybody was really bad, I would say, in there, and also it's kind of when that guy that he when she is with him in the car, he's like, people were still in there.
and she's
So
like, they only respond to violence.
yeah, so I mean, sure, but I don't care. I honestly don't care.
Yeah,
We have 3 episodes, and we got a lot of moving supplies with them and just going from one location to the other. So far we have absolutely zero idea who Carly Morgenthau is, except
yeah,
that she is the head of Flag Smashers and she stole the serum. That's
yeah.
it.
And I don't like. We need to. Even though we do spend some time with them, I think that we should spend some more meaningful time with them and explore. Just like, I don't know, open the instead of opening the show with the Falcon action. In the first episode, even though that was great, I don't know, open with them with Flag Smashers on the mission to kind of understand them better.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And give them some more depth,
Yeah.
because we are just getting, with Flag Smashers, the only thing we are getting is hints and action sequences.
Yeah, and also in the previous episode when that guy sacrificed himself, like, okay, great. I do not know anything about him, so why should I care? Like,
and and why does she care?
yeah,
And also that, and uh, I mean, it is, I think that this episode showed that the writing is problematic,
yeah,
because this episode, the more we talk about it, the more I feel it was all over the place. I like the moments. If I look at it like overall, yes, I did enjoy it, but there are
yeah.
so
But if there wasn't that container action scene, like, what would you still like? It was fun because the action was like
yeah,
flashy and
true
stuff.
that, true, yeah.
But other than that, we didn't. I don't really. Yeah, the story wasn't much that I liked.
So if I said in the previous on the previous stream that we need to pick some pace, I didn't mean pick it like that.
Yeah.
Because, like we said at the beginning, in this episode, Baron Zemo with the mask, Flag Smashers doing something in Lithuania, and the mom character, which we don't know, Madripoor, Power Broker, Agent 13 is back.
Oh yeah, and who picks her up at the end by the containers? What was that?
I think that's her people. I mean, she is a powerful character
Okay,
in
yeah,
this
yeah,
Madripoor.
okay. I was kind of confused there. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that was people that work for her in Madripoor. I think. Even though, yet again, if she, it's confusing if she works in Madripoor and is known in Madripoor. Why was she hiding like some I don't know, some vigilante in that bar when they came to Madripoor?
Yeah, it kind of makes me think like maybe she started hiding because she saw the Falcon and the
Oh,
Winter Soldier.
maybe,
Maybe.
maybe,
Yeah.
maybe. I don't know. This, yeah. The more we talk
Yeah,
about it,
and also, yeah, the more we talk about it, yeah, more disappointing it is.
confusing
And
it is.
yeah, and also like Sam leaving his phone on. What?
Yeah.
You're on a secret infiltration mission, and I don't know. It felt so like plot convenience, just so we can have an action scene there. It felt so clunky, McClunky.
It felt, I don't even know how to say it. It felt lazy.
Yeah,
It felt lazy because, like, oh wow, how are we gonna make how the Falcon is gonna be accepted in this Madripoor? Yeah, I know a guy who looks exactly the same as he, and he's gonna
Yeah, I
take
mean that was kind
his
of fun.
man.
Yeah,
It was
that was kind
funny,
of fun.
but
Yeah,
it's the same guy. I mean, Anthony Mackie was on that picture.
yeah, he was. Yeah, he was.
And now he's like this smiling tiger.
Yeah,
I mean, sure. I yeah. The more we talk about it, the more I feel like this one was very disappointing, and I'm sad to say that. I was very hyped for this show because I felt
me too.
spies, James Bond, Mission Impossible.
Yeah, and the trailers were so exciting, and like in the trailers, this big container action. It was like, oh, this is like a big set piece. It felt like that, but then I don't know. It was like, yeah, it was a cool action, but it's done, and I'm kind of like left empty. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, we have 3 episodes, and so far it's been only setup. And we are setuping so many things like this and this and this and this and this. We have only 3 more episodes. And yes, I get it. Not everything's gonna be resolved. We have the movies for that. We have other TV shows for that. But nah, I don't know. I don't know. I honestly don't want to talk about it anymore just because I'm.
I don't want to talk too much about it because, like, I want to leave that for when the entire show is wrapped. The season is done. But yeah, for now, we are on a messy track, and
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm scared.
And also, if, let's say, because we have to do it, even though, yeah, we don't need to, but if I had to grade like these 3 episodes, I would give it 7, 7.5, and a 5,
Yeah, I would give this one a 5 too. I was
which
thinking
is
about it.
which is not good.
Yeah, just kind of concerning. Yeah,
Which is kind of concerning.
and, yeah. We were talking earlier, and I was comparing storytelling in this show so far to Iron Man 2. But it was just that movie was just so much setup, so much mentioning that stuff and mentioning that stuff, and it was just kind of like, okay. So, does that lead to anything? And it's just, I don't know.
Yeah, I still believe in Marvel, of course, I do. And you have to understand, we are in minority. People are crazy about this episode. Everywhere I saw it, it's like, this is a 9 out of 10. So,
Did you see those Zemo moves? Yeah, I mean, yeah, one of the most serious villains ever just goofy danced in the
yeah,
middle
and
of the.
because we were in minority about him in Civil War, of course we are not happy with what they're doing with him right now. So that is understandable, but I believe in Marvel, so hopefully.
Yeah, he was literally a character whose only purpose in life was to destroy Avengers and then kill himself. But Black Panther prevented him from doing that.
Yeah.
And now he's like this, I don't know, this guy with his private plane and butler on that plane,
And not just
and
that.
with his coat, like with the pimp coat and everything.
I mean, yes, this is his outfit in the comics, but the one thing that bothers me the most is you had a character, like you said, who wanted to kill himself. Now he's happy? I mean, he was in prison for I don't know how many years. It doesn't even say was he blipped?
We don't know if he was dusted.
Yeah. So either way, was he dusted or not? It's been you don't just forget your agenda all of a sudden, like in movies especially. Yes, in real world everybody's forgetting what they said a second ago, but in movies and TV shows it shouldn't work like that. And he was this depressing guy whose only goal in life was destroy the Avengers and then end his life. And now he's this wealthy, goofy, hipster-like dancer. And now he became a meme, and of course people are happy now. They have a new meme that they're gonna send everywhere, but it doesn't make sense for his character.
Yeah.
The guy wanted to party to celebrate his freedom. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
sure. Yeah.
Just look at
wanted to shoot himself in the head.
Yeah. And also, even throughout this episode, at the beginning of the episode, when Winter Soldier comes to his prison cell, he's like saying the words that would trigger Winter Soldier in Civil War. And he's still menacing and kind of like saying it wasn't personal, and the book thing and all the thing. And then he becomes this goofy, wealthy. So no.
Yeah, I hope we do something more in regards to him wanting to. But I want to see him hating the Avengers once again.
Yeah.
Because his last scene in Civil War.
Yeah.
When Martin Freeman is like, "How does it feel to fail so spectacularly?" And he's like, "Oh, did I fail?"
Mm-hmm.
It's very menacing there. But here, yeah, he's like, "Yeah, I just want to destroy the super soldier serums." I don't. But also you wanted to destroy Avengers, and now you're joking with them.
True that. Isaac says he's the new competition of Bully Maguire. Yeah.
Can you imagine if they bring Toby into Spider-Man and they completely change him?
Nah. Imagine if Tobey Maguire is in Spider-Man and that's the only scene we see, like him dancing.
Oh yeah, that one.
Yeah, that one. That would be amazing. But yeah, I'm still excited for, of course, episode 4. I want this show to kind of find its focus and make it a logical and meaningful thing, and not this, because so far, like I said, the first 2 episodes, in my opinion, were really well done. Not amazing, but really well done, because it was dealing with their feelings, what they went through, what is going on in their lives, and giving away the shield, and now the new cap, and all of those things. But this one was like, joke here, action. Joke here, action. Oh, we have to say this thing because it's gonna mean something for the next episode. Another joke. Big explosion. Oh, Agent 13 is a badass. Yeah, it's awesome. Let's look at it. Baron Zemo and the mask.
Was the shot of Sharon kicking ass different in the trailer? It felt different here. Like they used a different take or something. Because it was... I don't know. It felt like it felt new here, but yeah, she was awesome in the action scenes, and she did all the work here.
Yeah, and you can see that the majority of the action things, it's her, not a lot of stunt performer, because you can actually see her. So that's awesome to see that the actress Emily Van Camp, I think,
Emily Van Camp,
is doing her own stunts. That's awesome to see all the time. I think that that actors who do that are I have to give them some praise, because it's not easy to do that.
Absolutely. And but didn't it feel kind of it felt strange to me seeing Falcon and Bucky with guns, just have Bucky. But I mean, Bucky was using a lot of guns also in the Winter Soldier movie. I don't know, have him also have a fight hand-to-hand combat scene, and use his arm. But we got that in Madripoor. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I wanted Falcon to do some stuff here also.
Zemo, Isaac says, not Zemo. Zemo is actually wealthy in the comics, but now that's Marvel mistake because they didn't follow that storytelling for Zemo since Civil War. Yeah. Like we are saying, and we are afraid that because fans didn't like Zemo in Civil War, that's why they're changing him. But if you follow closely the MCU like we do, it's problematic. And I like Zemo in Civil War, and I'm not liking Zemo here. And that's gonna bother me if they don't go in a more serious, menacing route. I do understand, Zemo had a mask, Zemo has this coat, Zemo is powerful and wealthy in the comics, but if you established a character like that who was a main villain in one of the biggest and best movies of the MCU, this is a big change that doesn't work at all.
Yeah, because I love Civil War so much. It's like in my top 3 MCU movies. And I know that movie does have quite a bit of fans. I mean, anti-fans, or I don't know what should. A lot of people
Haters.
don't read. Yeah, a lot of people don't love that movie.
Mm.
But you know, I,
Zemo in Civil War is one of the best villains in Marvel, to be honest. Yeah,
yeah, I
I,
completely agree.
I
I
can.
loved him.
I mean, if I had to like pick top three, Thanos, of course,
Loki.
Loki, and then I would go with Zemo. I think,
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
and
I,
Killmonger is good.
it's good. I know that you are not a big fan of the movie, but I really like Ego in Guardians too.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Vulture was good.
Vulture is amazing. Yeah, Vulture. I always forget about Spider-Man villains because
Mysterio. I thought Mysterio was great.
yeah. I mean, since Phase 3, we got a lot of great villains, but Zemo is at the top for me because it's different. He's a human who lost his family, and that's pretty much it. And I think
Yeah.
that's good enough of a motivation for somebody to just go crazy and try to divide the Avengers, and he succeeded. So I want that Zemo back, but I don't know
Yeah.
if we're gonna get him.
Yeah, but the damage was already done here, I
Yeah.
would say.
So that's unfortunate that if that happens, we still have 3 more episodes. I still think he has his own agenda, and we're gonna see the Zemo that we, especially we, me and Matitz, loved in Civil War. They just gave the fans some things to kind of be quiet. Just shut it. He has a mask. So I'm good with that if they come back with the Zemo that was in Civil War. I honestly don't need the explanation why he has a mask if Zemo is still Zemo from Civil War.
Yeah, but it will still. This episode will still be left in the back of my head.
Yeah, true.
In the back of my head, in the back of my brains. Back of my head.
So yeah, this honestly, now that we've talked for 51 minutes, it's a disappointing episode, at least for us.
Yeah, it's just kind of like a therapy, like in the previous episode with Bucky and Sam.
Yeah.
It's also felt like getting our emotions about the episode out.
Yeah, and also because we did like what they were doing in the first 2 episodes, and the setup was getting somewhere, and we were saying it's good, but it's not great yet. And the 3rd episode was kind of like this tipping point. We are going now to the last 3 episodes, to the big finale, and now we got like a meow, like plane crashing.
Yeah, and also I think what would benefit if we would get the entire show, entire season.
Yeah.
In the first week, I think that this season, this show does feel more of a binging show than WandaVision. So I would like, they could like change it. You could have WandaVision be weekly and this like
yeah, true, but also because they have this specific like release dates now. The next thing is Black Widow, and then now it's Loki, then Black Widow. So we are kind of getting, when one show is over, we are getting the next one kind of. Even though we're gonna have like a month break, I think, until Loki comes out.
Yeah, I don't know what they're gonna do with that, because it's gonna then overlay with
Black Widow. But yeah, there's a lot to be desired in this show, and like you said, this, because it is kind of scattered, it doesn't feel like every single episode can stand on its own. I wouldn't mind if this was like a 6-hour movie. Just give me everything. Because in WandaVision, we got like one story in one episode. Even if it was 20 minutes, we got like the beginning and the end. And in this show, at least this episode feels like we need something beforehand and after, like immediately, because there's lacking things. Isaac says we need a scene where Bucky breaks like they did with Wanda. Yeah, I mean...
Yeah, but it doesn't look like that.
Yeah, I think we're gonna go with the safe option. Even though I said one of them is gonna die, I don't think that it's gonna happen. Especially now when, like, now we are teaming up with Zemo. So I don't think that's gonna happen. But yeah, disappointing episode, unfortunately for us. I mean,
Yeah, people are loving it.
people are loving it.
The IMDb score.
I mean, I saw IGN give it a 9. I've seen a lot of other people saying that it's amazing. And sure, I mean, if it works for you, it works for you.
I mean, yeah, of course, yeah. Everybody can like it.
I mean,
it's the best rated episode so far. It has 8.6.
yeah, and we were in minority for WandaVision the first 2 episodes. We were loving it, and people were like, oh, what the heck is this? Why do we need the black and white things? Nothing is going on. And we were like, this is amazing.
Yeah.
But also, I think maybe the disappointment is even bigger because we were really excited for this. We are such a huge fans. You love James Bond, Mission Impossible, and all those movies. So I feel like that I'm not getting what I wanted, and maybe the hype kind of is. We should blame the hype.
Yeah, but there was also hype with WandaVision. We really
True,
liked
but
it.
I also didn't know what to expect from WandaVision because it looked so weird from the trailers. I was like, I have absolutely zero clue what we are gonna get. And in this one, I kind of knew what I'm gonna get, but I'm not getting what I was wanting.
You were mentioning Mission Impossible. I pretty much knew what I'm gonna get with the last Mission Impossible movie, and I loved it. It was my favorite movie of that year.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Isaac says Madripoor scenes were beautiful. Yes, it was very well shot. Madripoor looks beautiful.
Neon lighting, I loved it. In the, like when opening shot with the city, beautiful.
But because that shot was so beautiful, when we saw Madripoor in daylight, it didn't look so beautiful. It was kind of like, oh, that's Madripoor. It looks like New York for some reason.
Yeah.
So let's keep Madripoor in the nighttime. It looks much better than in daylight. But yeah, really well shot and looked really beautiful. I mean, if there's one thing that we can say so far, action is really well done. I like the action that we are getting, but it doesn't add to the whole show so far. Nothing, like just thrills and oh, look at it, badass, oh, what a freaking kill, oh, did you see that freaking knife was flying, I don't know, whatever. But the story, I need better story.
Yeah, definitely. If the action is just for the sake of action, then it feels empty.
I mean, if you look at, let's say, John Wick 3, which is written by the same guy who is
and he also did Nobody just recently,
who has written Falcon and Winter Soldier. John Wick 3 is amazing action wise, but if you look at the story, it's kind of like
well, definitely, but it's it's also you also have to judge it on the type of movie it is,
that's
like
true.
We were talking about Fast and Furious. I don't really care whenever they kind of change characters in Fast and Furious because I know it's just stupid, it's just true. Mindless fun. But but because I know how good MCU can be, it's so much more disappointing when I see how it's treated now,
And especially because these 2 characters were introduced, I mean, in Captain America franchise, which, first of all, the first Captain America is underrated. I think it's much better than people say.
It's fine.
Winter Soldier, in my opinion, top 3 movies in the MCU. Civil War, again, top 5, top 10 for sure. And they worked really, really well there. And they were supporting characters. Now we've got them as main characters, and I was really enjoying what they did with them in the first 2 episodes. And now I'm kind of like, don't be this. I don't want this to become a buddy cop comedy. I don't want that. Give me depth. Give me grief. Give me depression. It sounds weird, but I want that.
But you also have to understand if it would be better written, you wouldn't mind the comedy aspects that much.
That's
because I love, and I also loved the callback here in this episode. Can you move the seat up?
That was funny. Yeah, that was nice.
That was great.
But Yeah, but that, I
We
mean,
should just need, I don't know, we should, or just have them on a road trip, just make a show like that. But we are cutting uh, away from them so much that we lose all focus, I would say.
and also, I mean, people will say and compare this to Civil War and how many locations we had, but it made sense. Here I mean, just in this episode, we had 6 different locations in the world, like Lithuania, Latvia, Germany twice. But it's just not enough of content in one go, in one sitting to process, and it does. Yeah, it's confusing. It is confusing, and I was like, how the heck is Falcon and Winter Soldier, which is 2 guys who don't really have superpowers? I mean, yes, super soldier.
Yeah, I mean, Bucky had.
Yeah, Bucky is a super soldier, but 2, let's say, more grounded characters, and their show is, to me, more confusing than WandaVision was.
Yeah, that's
And-
funny.
I mean, how? I mean, yes, WandaVision was weird and confusing at times, especially the first 4 episodes. But still, I kind of had a grasp of what is going on. And even if I was completely wrong, it made sense at the end, what we've got. So I'm honestly afraid for this show what's going to be next. And like we said multiple times, we are in minority. I don't know. People are loving this episode, and I honestly don't understand it. I kind of do, because yeah, Zemo is different. Zemo is comic accurate, and people are like, whoo.
Yeah, and he's dancing. Wow.
Yeah. If Zemo is hiding something and his hate for superheroes is still there, and then we have a plot twist, then it will make sense, and I'll be happy. Yeah, it will make sense, but still, the writing of this episode was poor.
Yeah, but I mean, I'll like it if they will still make him dark, but they already changed him here, so then it will be even more messy.
And also,
Back and forth, you know.
And also, like you said, if they go back to the Zemo we want, why would Falcon and Winter Soldier, who know Baron Zemo, be okay with him being now this, like, bubbly, dancey guy, hipster dancing guy, like I said before? It doesn't make sense. Why, if let's say, in real world, if somebody that is very close to you, or if you know for a long time, all of a sudden changes, you're like, what the fuck is wrong? What the heck is going on? I mean, you're like this stoic guy who never says anything, and all of a sudden, and I know you for 5 years, and all of a sudden you're this bubbly guy that are kind of like, I would be like confused, and I am now. So the change was too sudden and too abrupt, and I don't like it. So.
Yeah, and how just in the first 5 minutes, just that prison break, it felt so off. I honestly, I was blown away. I could not believe it. And also how it was edited, you know, back and forth. You know, he was talking, Bucky and Sam were talking, and then they intercut it with the prison break, and it's done in like 5 shots, and that's it.
And I will say that as well. Yes, it's a show, it's a movie, but it was too easy. It was just too easy. I mean, Baron Zemo is known in MCU as one of the dangerous characters ever, and you put him in this security prison in Berlin or wherever in Germany, and he just walks out so easily. Come on.
Yeah, and also, like, I don't think it was earned that they decide to break him out. You know, just, I don't know, have them fight the Flag Smashers. I know that they did in the previous episode, but it felt like, okay, they fell off that truck, but then they didn't go after the truck anymore.
Yeah.
Like, they just abandoned the chase, which was off. But then, like, have more of a brutal action between them, you know, have Flag Smashers absolutely destroy both of them. And they're like, I mean, we can't really do anything.
Yeah, we need Hulk.
Yeah. we need Zemo, I don't know, to help us. And like, I want them to be like brought to that breaking point when where they are like, there is no other way but to break him out.
They are desperate.
Yeah.
Or let's, I mean, if they decided, okay, Baron Zemo is the only way we can figure this thing out, but let's makes Flag Smashers do the same thing. They want to get Zemo out of the prison at the same time.
Oh yeah, that would be cool.
Something like that, and
Or
they
maybe have John Walker wanting to talk to Zemo at
or
the same
something
time.
like that.
Yeah, have that. And yeah, Isaac just said if this was the Russo brothers.
One thing I will say, I think that this show, the problems that this show has, it's not in direction, it's in writing.
I don't think it's direction. I think that, going back to Mission Impossible, I think that Christopher McQuarrie would write and direct a bomb-ass Falcon and the Winter Soldier show.
True that, but I think that I think it's her name, Kari Skogland, something like that. I think that directing is awesome. I think the writing is problematic.
All right.
All right. I think it's really good. I like directing in this show, but writing is for me problematic because it's all over the place. And if you get a script and you have to direct it by the script, you can do some changes on the go, but still, I think that the writing is problematic, and it's too all over the place, and too many things are in it. Yeah, that's the problem. Of course, I would like Russo brothers tackling this. It would be amazing for sure. But yeah. Yeah, give me Chad Stahelski.
Oh yeah.
Or I don't know.
He was working on Civil War and everything.
True that. I don't know. Give me. But like I said, I don't mind the direction. I don't like the writing, so I would change the writer. Either way, we are still excited. We are mumbling now for too long. We are disappointed. That's for sure. But still hopeful for the future episodes to be better and give us some twists that are gonna be kind of like better. And also the show needs focus. Like I said, WandaVision was really about WandaVision, this show has to be about the Falcon and the Winter Soldier and not about those two, New Captain America, Baron Zemo, Flag Smashers, Power Broker, Agent 13, so many things. If everybody was speculating in WandaVision how many characters there's going to be, Mephisto, Nightmare, Quicksilver, and there was no one, just Agatha and I don't know, Jimmy Woo came, but that's it. Now here we have all those characters that we actually don't really need, and it's there's no focus. But yeah. Anything else you want to say for the end?
No.
No, you're done.
Yeah,
you're done. If there's anything you would like to say, audience in the chat, let us know.
Isaac says written by Phoebe Waller-Bridge. Well, yeah, I didn't see No Time to Die yet.
Yeah,
but I would I think she's a good writer. I don't know how she is with action though.
Yeah, so we will see.
Yeah.
We also don't know how action is written in this show because some writers just write, they punch and they kick, and now it's up to director to do their own thing. Some people write every single frame of the action.
Yeah, definitely. If I would work as a director here, I would definitely want to direct all the action. I would have it thought out and everything. But yeah, a lot of these Marvel directors don't have any input in the action even.
Yeah, so...
Which is kind of weird.
And it's also really hard to know how Derek Kolstad, the writer, is writing his action. All the other movies are very action-packed, but you don't really know how detailed are his action sequences in the script. So it's really hard to know because, like I said, some writers just write action sequence, this and this happens like vaguely, and then it's up to the director to do their own thing. So we really don't know what Kari Skogland is working with or was working with in the script. But yeah. Anyway, that's going to be it. Another Friday stream talking about the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Next Friday, of course, we're going to do the same thing.
Let's hope we'll be happier.
Yeah, let's hope we will be happier and the episode is gonna be better, at least for us. So let's make the majority unhappy and us happy.
Hmm.
I just want to see a dark John Walker. In the comics, he's the R-rated Captain America version, but I guess they're gonna show a light version of him. I mean, yes, it's a Disney thing, but we will. I mean, they are saying Deadpool is gonna be R-rated, the next one,
Yeah.
and I think he is dark in a way. He's a bit dickish so far,
Hmm.
but like we said, there's not enough of him to even care. I mean, whenever I see him, oh, the dick is back.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna do much with him. I have a feeling that he will take the serum,
Yeah.
and I have a feeling it will be similar to Abomination in Incredible Hulk, and he will fight with them or something. But then something like that. I don't
I
know.
mean, you think that now because you're disappointed. Maybe it's gonna be much better.
Yeah, and I hope it is.
But yeah, thank you everybody for watching this stream. Tune in next Friday where we're gonna be the same and hopefully be happier about the episode. If not, expect another kind of depressing stream from us where we're gonna complain how Zemo is not Zemo. So that's gonna be it. Thank you for watching. Thank you, Matica, of course, for being here.
No problem.
Check out all the channels, Matisse channel, my channel, subscribe, like all of those things. We both did the Godzilla vs. Kong reaction. Go watch that. That was fun.
And also this.
And also this, yes, we did that as well. So check everything out. But that's gonna be it. So I see you. Well, we see you next Friday. Bye bye.
Bye.